Thank you very much, ladies. I now invite Zimbabwe number 1 to pick up a question.
Is also to make sure that I'm thinking about my thinking. When I was in college, graduating as a scholar citizen, that was the whole concept of my entire academic career. So thinking about why I'm thinking about the things that I'm doing is the way that I make decisions, as well as I consult with my mentors and people that I respect dearly in order for them to better advise me and let me know what they think, because everyone's opinions and everyone's opinions are very important as well. So I take all of that into consideration. Thank you.
How do you feel about the quality of our education system in Africa?
Thank you very much for that question. As you all know, education for the youth in Africa is my platform. And I believe that the education system still has a long way to go. My country has the universal primary education system that does not do a lot for the students. I went through it sitting on the floors, on muddy floors, to study. That is not where we should be. We still have a long way to go. And the best way to tackle this issue is to talk to our leaders. Because in a corrupt place like Africa, our leaders are more concerned with what goes into their bellies other than what goes to the community. So by talking to our leaders and breeding a new generation of better leaders, we will tackle this problem of a terrible education. Thank you.
Hello, Miss Kenya. Great. Congratulations, you've come this far. My question for you is, do you feel society has reached a point to discuss mental health? And the fact that so many people struggle with anxiety and depression? Do you feel society has reached a point to discuss mental health? And the fact that so many people struggle with anxiety and depression?
I feel like society has reached a place to discuss about mental health. So far, like back in Kenya, we would not tell when someone is experiencing depression or anxiety. So here in the US, it has broadened our knowledge about mental health issues. And I feel like everybody who's experiencing it should feel free to talk about it and accept that it is happening to them and be able to be accepted by the society. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I now invite Ms. Sterilion to pick up a question. Number 2.
If you could be beautiful and not so smart or brilliant and not so beautiful, what would you be and why? I can repeat the question if you want.
I'd rather not be beautiful and be intelligent. Because being beauty is not all about it. Because you can be beautiful, but you're facing so many problems in your life. And when you're beautiful too, maybe you might have your own weakness. So I prefer being intelligent, because when you're intelligent, then no one can take advantage of you, because when you're aware of the things you want to do. Thank you very much.
Question for you is, in what area do you feel you have attained significant success, and how did you go about doing it? I repeat, in what area do you feel you have attained significant success, and how do you go about doing it?
Thank you so much for that question. First of all, the area I feel that I've great success is myself. Before Miss Africa Washington State, I was once a shy girl. I couldn't even look at somebody's face to talk to that person. But going through this process for these past 5 months, I can tell you that I'm very confident and I can go anywhere, say whatever I want to say. Thank you. Say whatever I want to say. Walk as I want to walk. And defend myself as I should defend myself. Thank you.
Please give a big round of applause for these ladies. Like they said, there's no winner, there's no loser in this game. You all are beautiful. You all got it.
We have our top three. I'm so excited. Do you believe this is the truth? Nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
That you are presenting the best three for Miss Africa Washington State 2018.
That's correct.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. Ladies, if you hear your country, please step forward. Nigeria number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that this is in no order. I'm just mentioning the countries, but I have only 3 on here, as you can see. Miss Uganda, step forward, please. Wow. Wow. Love surprises. It's been a great evening, and you all ladies have really worked hard. I have just one more to go, and I have 3 ladies standing behind. So, with a round of applause, I give you Miss Sylvia! Wow! 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 Question number 8.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is your question. It's a 2-part question, okay? What do you feel is the most challenging issue facing teenagers today? And the second part is, sexual harassment has been a recurring issue. Why is it important for men and women to work together in tackling this issue?
First of all, I would say that one of the problems facing teenagers today is one of the advantages that teenagers have, which is social media. With social media, there's good and bad, but if someone cannot control themselves, they'll go and look at the bad side in social media. And sexual harassment. In Nigeria, women are being harassed, but when they confront somebody that harassed them, they'll tell them that it's because you are wearing skimpy skirts or you're not properly dressed. I feel that if there's a law that can persecute if there's a law that can persecute somebody that harasses a woman or a child, I feel like this problem cannot only be stopped, but it can be eradicated. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Nigeria number 2.
What change do you wish to see in young African women in this and the next generation?
Thank you for that question. Many might expect me to talk about me doing school or getting a good job, but my biggest accomplishment has been being able to love myself. Being a dark-skinned woman with natural hair. 2 years ago, I considered bleaching my skin. But reaching to the point where I can come here and say I love every inch of myself, that is an accomplishment.
And the second half is, what change do you wish to see in young African women in this and the next generation?
Thank you for that question. The biggest change that I wish to see in young African women in this and other generations is being able to take a breath and take things one step at a time. We live in a world where it is fast-paced. Sometimes we forget to take care of ourselves. We forget about spirituality. We forget about self-improvement because we are trying to, feed our families and get a better life. But one thing I think African women, one art African women are losing is self-care and getting together and realizing.
Thank you so much for that wonderful question. The most important thing that I want someone to remember about me is my legacy. I want to set that good example for even those after me can say, yes, I want to be like Miss Sierra Leone. Thank you very much.
What female, past or present, has made the most influence on how women live, work, or play in today's society?
Thank you so much for that wonderful question. So for me, the woman who has done that is the president of is the First Lady of Sierra Leone. That woman is an example of a good woman, a good wife, and a supportive mother. She has set an example. She supported her husband. So for me, the First Lady of Sierra Leone has made that good impact for me. Thank you.